I watched Camp Rock and it was the cringiest thing I have ever seen in my life, and I feel like we need to talk about it. Hey, while I've got you, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up and comment if you like it, and make sure you check out some of my other stuff. If you like pop culture content, this is the channel for you. Okay, so picture this. You're bored, it's a Saturday, you're like, what do I do? The first thing that came to my mind was, I'm gonna watch Camp Rock. I know, weird. I remember watching this movie when I was a kid. Didn't have Disney Channel, but friends of ours did, so we watched it there. I remember going in and out because I thought it was bad at the time, and revisiting it with adult eyes really confirmed that I was right about this movie. And I know it might be the obvious choice to rag on a Disney Channel original movie with the Jonas brothers in it, but this actually deserves it because I have never cringed or suffered from secondhand cringe more than while I was watching Camp Rock.
Check me out. Cool.
And I gotta say, recently I did a video of how I watched High School Musical 3 and it basically brought me to tears, so I'm not a hater of this kind of content. Whoever wrote the movie Camp Rock deserves to win an award for worst movie writer ever, because some of the dialogue in this movie is just beyond some of the worst and cringiest dialogue I've ever heard in anything in my life.
This is real. This is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now.
Not to mention this moment, which is definitely the worst thing I have ever seen in a movie.
She's really good.
She's really good. Really good.
Shout out though to Alison Stoner, the actress there, who is a fantastic actress and podcaster now, who actually talks a lot about her experience on this movie and how it wasn't very positive. The movie stars Demi Lovato, Alison Stoner, and one of the Jonas brothers. I genuinely don't know which one. I'm really sorry. And they're going to Camp Rock, this like superstar camp that I guess kids go on, which is basically like the equivalent of, I don't know, like auditioning for Australian Idol when you're 16 and getting through.
From the strings of the chords, you'll hear the melody roar.
Seriously, like this would never happen in real life, which I get is beside the point of this movie because it's supposed to be inspiring and be like, you know, just be yourself, just be comfortable with yourself, like you're perfect as you are. And I get that's a good message for kids, but you don't have to make it this cringy. Anyway, Demi Lovato sings this song called This Is Me, and it's like, this is real, this is me, basically completely summing up what the movie wants you to feel in that one song. And she's overheard singing it by the Jonas brother, but no one knows that it's her. And then there's this weird plot line where she pretends her mum is like a major record label person, but she actually is a chef at the camp. I don't know how she thought that wouldn't get picked up on by the other people. Anyway, then there's your typical bully character who's like this it girl whose mum actually is a famous record producer or record artist, and turns out she just has a lot of mummy issues at the end, and she's just a spoiled brat and, you know, bullies everyone around her, which is, of course, there is always that character in a movie like this, the Sharpay Evans. I think the hardest thing about watching this movie is that it is so painfully obvious that all of the adult actors in this movie hate the fact that they are in this movie. Every adult actor in this movie knows that this movie sucks. They wish they were in a different movie, but they know, unfortunately, this is where they've ended up. And there's no shame in that, right? If you're an actor by trade, you take what you can get. But you definitely would feel, oh man, I do not want to be in this movie, but I have to be. And to their credit, they give it their all. But giving it their all does not save the movie from the cringe that it is.
Stop acting like it's all about you. In my world, it is. Oh, look. We're in my world.
And after a plethora of cringy teen drama, and when I say teen drama, I mean that so lightly because some of this shit is just so melodramatic, right? The main character, Demi Lovato, actually gets banned from performing in the final performance of the camp, Final Jam, which there's only like 20 people there at the end, right? It's not really as big a deal as they're making it out to be.
I've got to ban you guys from the rest of camp activities until the end of Final Jam.
And there's this stupid loophole where the guy says, until the end of Final Jam. And then Final Jam ends and she's like, well, it's the end of Final Jam. I can perform. And he's like, I hope you'd catch on to that hint. Like, what? It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
It's the end of Final Jam.
I was so hoping you'd catch on.
So anyway, she sings her This Is Me song at the Final Jam, and then the Jonas brother realizes it was her the whole time, and then they become boyfriend and girlfriend or something like this. Do a duet together. You know, it's all a happy Cinderella ending for her.
This is real, this is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now.
It's just your classic melodramatic teen drama musical camp style movie. God, dear God, God damn it. I know this is just like a low budget Disney Channel movie that is aimed to like appeal to kids, right? But I actually compare this movie a little bit to something like School of Rock, which had a very similar message with a similar premise of like kids performing and being themselves and learning to like be themselves and love their identity. School of Rock, great movie, well written. Like, of course you have Jack Black like leading that movie up and like bringing that cast up. You know, he really like is the figurehead of that movie, and you don't have a Jack Black in Camp Rock. You've got this guy.
Okay, gang, this is it.
But I think School of Rock succeeds so much more at doing what Camp Rock wants to do. And School of Rock is just such a stronger film, and I know it had a bigger budget. I know it was a like cinematic release, not like a Disney Channel movie, but School of Rock is a movie that kids could watch and be inspired by. The same way Camp Rock wants to be that, but they've like Disney-fied and glammed it and cringed it up to the max. School of Rock isn't cringe. It wasn't cringe then, it isn't cringe now. It always was cool. Camp Rock was always cringe, it still is cringe, and it always will be cringe. I do accept and I acknowledge that this film is really important to a lot of people. And you know what? I'd watch it again in a heartbeat. It's such a fun, dumb, bad movie to watch. Some of the songs are actually decent. Like, I actually think the This Is Me song is pretty good. But overall, I've never cringed harder than I have cringed while watching Camp Rock.
Really good.
Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love for you to check out some of my other stuff. If you love pop culture content, you will love my channel. Subscribe, thumbs up, and comment. I also do a bunch of podcasts. My podcast, 20th Century Boy, is available on my channel or wherever you podcast. And you can support me on Patreon, patreon.com/RadioMike. Read my blog. All the links are down there in the description. Help me grow. I'm loving it. You're loving it too. I'll see you in another video. Catch you later.